Hey guys, welcome back. Today's guest is Sam Pretty. She's an elite 15 doubles athlete, the owner of Storm Performance, and a HYROX world record holder in the relay. She has established herself as one of the top athletes in the sport, balancing both elite level competition with running a successful gym and coaching athletes to perform at their best. We're excited to chat about her journey through HYROX, breaking world records, building Storm Performance, and what's next. So, Sam, thanks for joining us and welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Oh no, thank you so much. I mean, I don't, there's so much to cover. I don't know where to start, but maybe fresh off the back, you've been racing in Berlin.
Yeah,
So maybe you could kind of give us a little insight into how that went. And then we also want to cover Deadly Dozen because that was recently, I feel like you've been here,
yeah,
there.
yeah. The
So
last 2 weeks have been a bit crazy. So
yeah.
so I went to Berlin. I was originally racing with Lauren. I wanted to go to Berlin last year and I didn't make it. And it was one of those races that I looked at and I thought it looks so good, like the course. And so I like made it on my hit list that was going to be one of the ones that I went to. And I've been really fortunate this year to work with Trailberg, so they supported me in getting to that race as well. So I had it booked in with Lauren because, as you know, with the Elite 15, I had to find a new partner because of the new rules. So I couldn't race with Aoife anymore because she's Irish. So um, I reached out to Lauren Richardson and we paired up. So obviously we did Malaga and won it, and then went to Cardiff and we came second, and then we kind of put Berlin as our third race. So I was always going out there to race with her, and then I had a bit of a shocker in Cardiff and I ran an extra lap and got a penalty. So I didn't get my world's qualification. So I needed to secure a solo slot. So I thought, you know what, I'll just go to Berlin and I'll just do the double. So I managed to move my flights and get another ticket. And yeah, so I went over, I did the solo on the Friday. That was, yeah, it was a good race, and I won my age group, so therefore qualified for the worlds. And
Amazing.
then on the Saturday I paired up with Lauren to do the doubles, and she had a bit of a stressful journey getting out there because her flight was cancelled and then she had to
Oh,
stay in this
yes.
hotel, and it was all a bit stressful. But and then she got heat stroke, so it was a real challenging race, but it's what it is about. And I just, when one of you's struggling, that's what team is like. I just knew that I had to step up in some way. So whereas I was hoping that she might take the brunt of it because she hadn't done the solo, it kind of flipped, and we just did the best that we could, and we managed to still get the age group win, which was good.
Oh,
Yeah.
fair.
And
It
yeah,
was
the week
tough
before was
conditions. Yeah.
sorry,
No, it was really tough conditions. Like I
it was
think
so hot.
so
Like
hot. Yeah.
in the solo, my race was 1 p.m. So that was really hot. But
Brutal.
they were great. There was water, and it was one of those races where I don't normally drink on a race, like at all. But I told myself that I would have a drink. There was one like out on the run course, like right at the side. And I decided that I just had this thing where I would just take a drink, tip it over my head, and then throw the cup in the bin just every lap, because I knew that that would stop me like falling into the trenches. Like it would stop me from hitting that wall if I could just hydrate every lap. And it was seconds. So, and you
Yeah.
know, if you don't hydrate, you could end up taking minutes, like adding minutes onto the race. So I thought just getting a drink. But yeah, it was so hot. The doubles was slightly better because it was a bit later in the day. But
Yeah.
I
It
loved
changes
it.
it, doesn't it? It changes the race though, like tactics, everything like that
Yeah.
when heat comes into it. And I guess for High Rocks, like most stuff's in like most of the venues are inside. So
Yeah, I think
Berlin
that's
it
probably
rained last year,
where
didn't it?
the running background, like a road runner, so I'm used to
Okay.
running on that terrain in the sun. Like that was like my, I loved it because it was just one big loop. There was none of this round and round and round. It was just open plan. I really liked it, and you could see people if you were chasing anyone down. Like
Yeah.
it was nice. I really liked it. So yeah,
So it
kudos
was
to
a
Berlin.
yeah, a good one to tick off the bucket list races, Berlin. It
Yeah, it
lived
really
up
was.
to expectations. Yeah.
Would you do it again next year?
Yeah, definitely. I didn't get pictured by the plane. I was very upset about that.
Oh,
So yeah, I kept seeing all these people with these amazing pictures by the plane with their flags and all these things. And I was like, I didn't do that. So yeah, I definitely will do that. But yeah, I'd recommend Berlin to anyone.
yeah.
Um it's like a, I found like a really nice gym there. I always like scoping out gyms, and tried to find the Berlin Wall, but I didn't quite find the other bits that people think. So I try and like tag in a bit of touristy stuff as well. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
definitely
lovely.
was a good race.
Yeah.
Just a good venue. Everything was great.
So that's you qualified for Worlds, age group solo, and then age group with Lauren. Is that what you're planning to race, or are you doing it with Aoife?
No, so I'm doing it with Aoife. So we
Okay.
qualified a long time ago together,
Yeah.
and me and Lauren did have a chat about it, but because of my relationship with Aoife, and we're really good friends as well, and I just thought, you know what, let's just see out this season
Yeah.
together. We podiumed last year at the Worlds together. We came third in I think that was when it was still 10-year categories. So I think it was 30 to 39. She pulls me down like a whole decade. Um, but yeah, so I think we came third in the 30 to 39, which was such a great achievement.
Yeah.
Obviously it's the HYROX, like, is the potential of athlete has just gone to another level now. So I've no idea what we could achieve together. But yeah, we're going to do this one together. And my racing with Lauren is really mainly at the moment to try and secure the Elite 15.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
so I
it's good.
qualified in the solo, the doubles with Aoife, and so I'm going out to do those. I think the solo's on the Friday and the women's doubles is on the Saturday. So
So maybe it's good that you did the back-to-back in Berlin because you can do
yeah,
the same thing
yeah. I
again.
mean, there's people out there doing the solo on the Friday, or if you think about it, there'll be people doing the elite, people doing the solo on the Friday, the doubles on the Saturday, the mixed on the Sunday, and then the relay. Like, just crazy. Some people will probably be doing 4 races.
Charlie Bottrell.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man.
And then before we go to a deadly dozen, what about mix? Are you racing mixed? Because I know you've done quite a few mixed doubles races, and did you do one with Jeremy? Is that right?
Yeah, so that's how I met Jeremy, who I run the business with. Is we raced doubles together probably 2 years ago now. So we did mixed. We came second. That wasn't good enough for him. So then we flew to Gdansk and came first. And that was my first ever race where I was like, this hurts. That was a hard race. Like, it's just so fast to try and keep up with him is painful. And
Yeah.
then yeah, we ran together at London. We did the Red Bull. We were invited to the Red Bull through the gym. But that was his 4th race. I think my 3rd race, we kind of were both just in a heap by that point. But yeah, we still got through it in 55 minutes, which is an amazing time. But and then I think we'd done the relay the night before as well, where we got the world record. So yeah, but I haven't done mixed at the Worlds yet. No.
Okay.
I wonder
He's
if like
actually he's racing with Jodie, so they won at the weekend.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Yeah.
so they're going to go
Mixed.
into the mix together. Yeah, so Jodie was one of my partners before as well.
yeah, because you used to race with Jodie. Oh, crazy.
Yeah,
That's cool though.
Yeah.
Is it nice? Do you enjoy like switching partners or is it weird? Like, do you learn something from
Um,
each one or are you like, is it
yeah,
slightly
like
less?
it's always different. So everyone's like got their own strength. So we're with Aoife, like she's great on the sleds, which is great for me. But with Lauren, like I have to pull probably a bit more of my weight on the sleds, which I obviously don't like. But yeah, Jodie's great. She's such a great runner. Lauren's a great runner. Aoife as well. Like I do enjoy kind of racing with different people. The strategy is always different, and it's just such a good community, like of how you meet people, and people just message you just out the blue and be like, do you want to do a race, will you come and join our relay team? Like, I really like that about the sport. I don't think, like when me and Aoife had to split and go with other people, or when I stopped racing with Jodie and went with Aoife for the Elite 15, there's never any bitterness, or everyone always wants you to do like the best that you can, and if that means you've got to have a change in a partner or race with someone different, then I think it's what has to be done, right?
Yeah, everyone's really supportive. It does seem like that way, and people are just like happy to see everyone racing, doing well, cheering people on, and like I mean, especially with the rule changes, there's obviously quite a few people that have had to like
Yeah,
think about changing partners, and I think a few people are doing the same like as you girls and kind of seeing out the season with their
yeah,
like
yeah. It's
sort of
definitely a
yeah, which
nice
is
thing to
probably
do.
nice, yeah, to go out on a high, finish the season off, and then it'll be like different for next
Yeah,
year?
she's Aoife's a teacher, so she's finishing up school soon. So she's actually coming over to stay with me for a while, and because we've got this media day that we're going to go to, so I think she's coming over to stay with me for like 2 weeks.
Oh,
That's
awesome.
Yeah,
good.
and then we're going to travel to the Wales together and back, so it'll be nice.
Oh, that'd be so, yeah, really good. Um, okay, I don't know where to go next. Deadly
Well,
Dozen?
yeah, should we go? Let's go Deadly Dozen and let's go recent because you just did the Deadly
Yeah,
Dozen as well. And you guys came
yeah,
fifth as well. And that.
that was wild. So I
How was
just,
how did that compare to HYROX? It was also warm, wasn't it?
oh my God, that
So
was
hot.
so unbelievably hot. Um, so yeah, I think 2 or 3 weeks previous to that, just randomly, I just decided to do a solo, and then I met Rachel. Um, I think she's called Rachel Hodgkinson, but she goes from Rachel Joy on Instagram. But she is obviously the world record holder for Deadly Dozen, an incredible athlete. She's like a 101 in HYROX as well. She's just such a great athlete. And she reached out to me and said, I've qualified in the solo, the women's doubles, the mixed doubles, and the relay, but I'm not allowed to do both doubles. So I'm allowed to have a partner swap. So I didn't know if you would swap in to run with Natalie Crompton in the doubles. And I was like, okay, let me have a look. And then I decided, oh, okay, yeah, that's fine. So Nat flew back from Bali. She'd been out in Bali for like a month. She flew back on the Thursday night. Like I know Nat, but we've never really met before. And we just exchanged a couple of WhatsApp messages and then we just met up on the day. She was really nervous because she had jet lag and I think she was worried about how fast maybe I was going to try and take it. But again, we just had a chat and I was just like, I know you're struggling. I'll start and finish everything and you do the middle section and let's just see what happens. And we kind of got the last wave. So we'd already kind of established the time that we needed to get in order to win overall. So I just kind of had a plan in my head as where I wanted to be at each station and tried to do that. And then yeah, I think we got it by like 12 seconds or something. So yeah, to
Yeah.
just win that was great too. So it's a really good sport. It's very different, but I really like it because it's just so simple. It's just like one loop in, one loop in. Like you can't really get it wrong. There's not much thinking that goes involved, and there's a massive board that says how many lengths you've got to do. So you don't have to worry because obviously in HYROX it's always changing, isn't it? How many lengths or how many laps or whereas this is just so simple. It never changes. The weight's always the same. And yeah, it was good, but it was extremely hot.
Yeah. And was it the UK champ? What
It
was
was
it?
the UK
UK
champs,
champ.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we won the UK champs in the women's doubles. So to get a podium with like a big checks, like a bit of a dream thing, isn't it? So
Yeah, it's
that was
cool.
a really good day. And then the Worlds is the first weekend in September, which is also in London. I think it's London. I think it's Crystal Palace. But yeah, in England, which is a benefit, not having to travel.
Yeah, yeah.
So
And they do it on
yeah,
athletics tracks, don't they? The
yeah,
doesn't.
it's all on the track.
What do you mean? So that's
Yeah,
a
so
good
doing
bit. Did you
burpees
used to
on the
race track as well?
grasses. Pardon?
Are you just a road runner or did you used to race track as well?
So probably that's where my running started. So I used to run for the school. So yeah, I
Okay.
did track like 800 meters was my thing. And then they kind of started pushing me to 1500 meters. But yeah, that's kind of where I probably found out I was good at running through running at school and then track. And then you, like anyone, you have this period of time where you start going out and like sport isn't really a thing anymore. And I started, I probably went back to running when I was about 23. So,
Okay.
and then, yeah, I'm not
And then,
like the fastest, but
oh,
I'd
it'd
say I'm
be
more
pretty
endurance.
fast.
Yeah.
Like, how did you, what journey did it go from there, like from 23 to kind of
So,
who you are now? Like, how did that transpire through running and then into HYROX?
so I've got two brothers. So, two big brothers. So I feel like I was always kind of tagging along to jiu-jitsu or going to football, sitting on the sides or thrown in the deep end of the pool. So I've always like been sporty because of that. And then obviously like my PE teachers picked up that I was pretty handy at a couple of sports and particularly running. And I know like I went to like not the best like school. It was all right. But you know, they would send me, when we'd done cross country, they would send me back to like pick up like the stragglers at the end and the ones that were smoking in the bushes. So like that was my job. Like I'd finish the cross country, come first, and then they'd be like, right, can you go back and pick up the stragglers? And then I'd like jog it in reverse and be like, right, that, you know, come on, we've got to finish. Like,
Yeah.
but like, so that was like my thing. But yeah, I always remember like my PE teachers by first, like their names. Like I just think when you go to school, it's whoever picks up on something that you're good at and invests that time and energy into you, that makes you realize that you actually are good at something. And that's kind of stayed with me. And like I said, I could name them like Mr. Dodd, Mrs. Hellier, Mrs. Oakley, Mrs.
Just in
Pope,
case they're
Mr.
listening.
Green. Like I don't remember any other teachers, but just those. Just I feel like I spent all of my time in the PE department. And then I kind of left school, went and did some business stuff, and then I just I just missed sport. So I went back to university and did a degree in sports science, and I then became a PE teacher, and I was head of PE for 7 years. And that's when I joined the running club again, because I kind of found my passion back for sport. And yeah, I joined the running club, was like county champ in different races. Marathons, did a load of marathons at that point. I was really into marathon training. So my best marathon was 3:04. So that qualified me for the championships every year. So I just run the London Marathon, do 5Ks every now and then. And then, yeah, I left teaching because I had kids, and I became a personal trainer. And that's when I found HYROX. Someone was like, you'd be really good at HYROX. And I was like, what's HYROX? And then I kind of looked into it and I thought, you know what? I've been to the gym like my whole life. I've run my whole life. This literally is bringing the two things that I love into one. So then at the time I was training at a facility in Henlow with Denise, Denise Warrior Hit. She's like an OG in HYROX. And she was like, Sam, there's this woman on Facebook, and she's looking for a doubles partner. I think you should go and do it with her. And I was like, all right then. So I literally met Vic, who owns Camps in Cyprus. We just randomly met at London and did this women's doubles together, qualified for the world, came first, qualified for the worlds, went to the worlds in Manchester and missed out on a podium by like 0.01 second or something. And that was it. From that, I was literally like hooked.
So good.
Yeah, it is cool.
I mean, like going from 800-meter and 1500-meter to like running marathons is like pretty crazy too. Like,
I know.
I guess just all of the run training and like speed work and then like longer like endurance based stuff just set you up well for the HYROX.
I think if you're a runner, you always have a bucket list of wanting to do a marathon, right?
Yeah.
Or like, you know, one of those big ones is the Ironman. That's got to be on a lot of people's lists. That's on mine.
Yeah. And how, you know, you said you became a PE teacher. Do you think you did the same thing? Do you think you inspired kids? Did you pick out the kids that you thought had like
Yeah, definitely
and stuff and try and nurture them? Was it
do you know
rewarding?
it was such a rewarding job. Like the hard, like people think teaching's easy. It's really not. People see it as, you know, 8 till 3 or whatever, but you know, I get there at like 7 in the morning. You've got to like get all your lessons ready and you're there till so late at night. But you know, it was clubs and fixtures and Duke of Edinburgh trips and residentials, all of those things. But yeah, no, there was a good few children that I know I would have left a mark on. And when you spot talent, you really try and push them. You know, a few of them went to English schools. I've seen or heard through the grapevine that they're now doing amazing things in sport and working for different charities. You know, some of them have gone on to play a really high level in rugby, like I say, run for the English schools. And some of it is their parents. It's not that they don't want to support them, it's that they don't have the capacity. They've got their own jobs, they've got their own financial difficulties, or you know, they're working a 9 to 5 and they can't get to those things. So sometimes it was just a literal case of pushing these parents to sign these consent forms, taking them to these events and them getting spotted by like a talent scout, and then that's them on their journey. Then that's all you had to do. But yeah, no, definitely I was known but like being firm but fair, so like we always had a laugh. But yeah, it's really great working with, it's hard work working with kids, but equally so rewarding. Like they're really grateful.
Yeah, it's cool though. It's cool thinking like there'll probably
Like
be a
full
kid,
circle.
yeah, at some point saying, "Oh, I remember my PE teacher," and it'll
Yeah,
be,
exactly.
do you know what I
And
mean? That's wild, isn't it?
yeah, you do get the odd one like will reach out to you at some point. Or you see like a story about them somewhere, and again, I won't name names, but
Yeah,
you know what, one of the girls that I got, and she went to English schools, and then I just saw this post of her like working for a charity running marathons in Australia, and I just thought this is incredible because you know the school, it was an outer London school. Just the fact that this girl has taken that running and taken it into her career and is helping people through charity, and you know that now living in somewhere like Australia is just, I've just found that like really amazing.
yeah, it's so cool.
Yeah, it is. No, it's crazy, like full circle moments like that as well. And then what about, I guess, now and your training and work? So work's changed again, well, slightly still in sport, but obviously you've got the gym now.
Yeah, my
And
new baby.
yeah, how is life like with the gym, trying to train as an elite athlete and juggle everything?
Yeah, so the gym was kind of it came from always, you know, whenever you go to a gym, there's bits and there's not bits, and you can never really find somewhere that has exactly what you wanted. So one of the things that used to, I suppose, really frustrate us is we'd go somewhere and the sleds were always so different, whether it be the turf or the sled or the ropes and such. So we wanted this facility where it had, you didn't have to have three different gym memberships. You didn't have to have one for your strength, a HYROX one for that, and then one that you had all your luxury kind of bits at. We wanted it kind of all to be together. So the facility has the strength side, and it's got the HYROX side, and it's also got all our cardio suite as well. And we've got on site, there's multiple things such as a physio, hairdressers, reformer Pilates, but there's going to be contrast therapy and hopefully paddle courts out the back as well. So it's going to be like a really like one-stop shop that would just hopefully bring. And there's going to be I think a gymnastics studio. So
Oh,
great,
wow.
just drop your kids off, go to the gym. Like it's just going to be great. But yeah, so the gym kind of came from that vision. But yeah, it's we've got such a great community and such a great team. Like the last 2 weeks, again, not only just about myself, like what the people at the gym have achieved. You know, there was people flying out to Berlin over both weekends. We had one of our clients who had a big boxing match that he won. We had loads of people take part in the Deadly Dozen and do really well. And then we had one of the girls, Emily Meakin, she runs Farcoley Farm, and she put on her first backyard ultra. And loads of our clients not only did it, but they went down to support each other all through the night. And then one of the guys like got to third place. I think he'd never run more than 50K, and he did like well over 100K, like so many hours of running. And so the community that we've built up there already, like they help run the gym. You know, that you know, you get messages from people, they'll be like, oh, I've done this or I've done that, or just to let you know this. So I feel like we're all kind of in it together. And it's such an incredible community. That's one thing that people comment on all the time. But yeah, running a gym is pretty, it can be pretty hard work. But again, the team, like the guys that work there, they're like a family in itself. So I just feel like even though we own the gym, like they are the gym. It's not really, they do far more than me. I wouldn't be able to do it without the team or the clients.
Yeah, no. And is
But
it
yeah,
you
so
and yourself and Jeremy that co-own it?
we co-own it, yeah. So
Yeah.
he is traveling all the time. So, you know, one of the reason I suppose that people come to the gym is because of, it's not an elite status. I don't like that, but we kind of had that mindset that you can achieve anything if you put your mind to it and you work hard enough. You know, one of, I suppose, Jeremy's taglines is hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work. So, you know, just if you work hard enough and you want something, I strongly believe that you can achieve it. And it's not something that comes overnight. And it's, if you just keep putting small bits of effort in daily and being consistent with it, you can always achieve a goal that you have. And that could be in anything. So yeah, we own it together with one of our, we have another partner as well called Lee. He like does all our electrics and stuff, and he kind of keeps it together. He's there training every day at 5 a.m. So yeah, there's like a 5 a.m. they're there until like 9 p.m. at night. But yeah, it is difficult with all the racing. Like with the new HYROX have made it probably a little bit more difficult for people, because if you want to be in the Elite 15 now, you've got to race so much. You know, for the people that are doing the solo and the doubles, you've got to secure that 5 solo wins and 3 double wins. Like that's 8 races. That's a lot of races. And if you travel all the way and you don't get that win, you've then got to now find another race. So yeah, it involves a lot of travel.
Yeah, it's like 8 races if it goes well and you secure it.
Exactly.
But it could be like 20. But I mean, on average, you're probably looking at like 15 races to get 8 really good times. Because like you're not going to be at your best every single time, and everyone's competing for that top step. So
you know, we were hoping we'd get Berlin as our 3rd win, kind of secure, sediment us in the Elite 15, and then obviously Holly and Saskia turn up. And Lauren's
hopefully they get a few penalties, but I'm guessing they stay clean this time.
Yeah, I think maybe they got 1. But yeah, so then Lauren's flight got cancelled and stuff. So, you know, then you've got to go find another race.
You can't
so it's difficult to be there all the time, which is why I'm so lucky. We're so lucky that we have such a great community and just great staff. I just like, and I feel like we've found something that's like really special. The facility itself is beautiful, and you know, hopefully, who knows, there could be another facility down the road. But
was it like post race or something, and you were sitting there and you guys were like, oh, should we do this? Like, how did you even get it off the ground?
Yeah, I think we just used to, what used to find is, you know, like people live all over the place. And I had a member like reach out to me for this. She was like, oh, my doubles partner's in Wales and I live here, and we've looked up and your gym's like smack bang in the middle of where we live. I said there should be like a dating app in that sense, you know what I mean, where you find like a doubles partner or a gym, like a HYROX app in that sense. But no, yeah, we were just sitting there and just said, why don't we just open like a gym that has this and has that and has this. And then obviously I'm probably more the sensible head, and then he's more like he's more like, this is what we need. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but this is that much. And he's like, yeah, I know, but we need it. And like those reckless decisions in essence actually made the gym what it is. So I have to give him credit for that. You know, having all the center equipment, having the official Decker equipment, having, you know, the black clad and the heating that we kind of invested in, all of those small, well, not small, big things, really made the gym what it is. And it is a really special place.
Yeah. And why, sorry, I just want to, why Storm Performance? Is that?
So that's Jeremy's little girl's called Storm.
Storm,
yeah. So he's like, the reason that he called her Storm, again, I'm not taking this as my own personal, but he's like said, you know, like when you come through the storm, there's sunshine. Like, so as in whatever you go through, there will always be like light at the end of the tunnel. So it was kind of, we were just to play on words, and it was like this and athletic and performance. And it was like, I actually think it was maybe one of my girls that said, what about Storm Performance Center? And we were just like, that's it, done.
Yeah, no, it's good.
when it rings, when you're like, oh, that's it, and you can imagine it and see it.
And then like we just had a play with the logo, which is like the lightning bolt, and just all kind of just fell into place then. It was just.
And you're Midlands based, aren't you? Is it Cannock?
Yeah, so it's Cannock, Stafford, yeah.
Yeah, because my mum's literally down the road. Like I was like, oh, this is so
Invite
cool.
her up.
Yeah, I know. I haven't quite got into HYROX.
Still time.
But I was like, it's cool when we go down because now there's somewhere to go and train. So I was actually buzzing about it because usually I'm like, oh, not that buzzing. Need to find a gym. We'll just run.
Yeah.
And then now
Yeah,
I'm like,
no.
oh, perfect. We can just pop up the road and yeah, go to your guys' gym. So I'm actually buzzing to go back and visit my mum next time to go and visit your gym.
Yeah, just let us know and you can come in. There's always stuff going on. We're holding a Deca. We're going to try and put our own competition on in August. I've had some wild ideas for that one. And yeah, we've kind of got HYROX affiliation Deca. We do ATHEX as well, which is obviously coming up and then we're just starting with Deadly Dozen as well. So we've kind of got the affiliations for all of them.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then like back to kind of your racing and training, is the focus on HYROX Elite 15 and then Deadly Dozen, or do you kind of throw in any other sneaky marathons or anything in there?
No, so I suppose watching that Backyard Ultra, I was a bit like, I'd love to do something wild next year, but it's so hard to do because the damage that would do to you, and I can use again Jeremy as an example. When he did Marathon des Sables, like the impact that had on his body for a long time then affects the primary goal, which is probably HYROX, right?
Yeah.
So I always said I'd like to do something wild, but I don't really think there's enough time because you kind of work to the Worlds, which finishes in June, and then you're almost straight back in for the first major that's in September. You don't really have like a period of time off where you can go and do anything too crazy. And what's really going on during the summer anyway? Kind of like it's like a dead period, isn't it? But yeah, no. So the focus I'd say is the Elite 15 doubles for now with Lauren. Like, I'd love to get like a spot on that cruise to do
I was
that.
gonna say, how are you with boats? Are you all
Yeah.
right?
Have you seen the run track?
Oh no,
It looks mental.
I know, it's just like 2 lanes. I was like, you'll be like hurdling, like people sunbathing on sunlight.
it's so random.
I'm actually really intrigued. I just don't quite understand how it's gonna work.
No, that's what I mean. That's why I just want to be part of it because it'll just be a spectacle. But yeah, it's that's like would be a good one. So obviously in the cruise is the first Elite 15 race, and then from London they're bringing in this Division 1, which is the next 15. So in an ideal world it would be to get in that Elite 15 on the cruise, but like I say, it's just so difficult with having to secure wins and being able to travel with 2 kids, a dog, a business, all of that, just being able to travel.
Do you have another race lined up with Lauren? Because you obviously need another.
Yeah, we kind of we haven't booked anything.
No.
We've kind of been looking and talking, but really the only ones until sort of September is really quite far afield.
Yeah, it's like Asia Pacific, isn't it? It's like
like, and so obviously I think we're now just going to focus on the Worlds because she's going for the solo. I think she's doing the mix with Ben Sutherland, and then then we'll have the talk after.
Yeah,
so
and how do you? Oh no, go on.
No, I think we've got 205 with the 2 races that we've got. So if we can get one more, it could put us up there. But again, you just don't know what's going to happen before September.
No, and then what everyone else is doing as well, do you? I was going to say, how do you balance it all? Because you said how busy you are. You've got kids, you've got a dog, you own a gym, you're racing elite. Like, what does your week look like? Have you got any tips, or like, how the hell do you balance everything?
So, like, having the team at the gym, obviously, like I say, like I couldn't do it without them. We've got people that take the morning classes, take the evening classes. I find I'm kind of better to be captain of the ship, if you get what I mean. Because if you try and do everything yourself, then that's when you fail because you're just spinning so many plates, whereas it's kind of better, I suppose, to oversee it all. give them all, people like responsibility as well. Like people like being in charge of things and having that freedom to kind of find their own way as well. So yeah, kind of try to be more of like a captain and try to delegate. I suppose that's what I learned in my teaching career was delegation. At my first point when I first started, I wanted to do everything. I wanted to be in charge of everything, to own everything, to master everything, to be the person that did everything. But then you just do everything but sloppy. Whereas if you can delegate, then everything gets done a little bit better. And then you're just kind of checking it at the end. So I feel like going into the business with probably the experience that I had, it's that to just not try and do everything myself, just always try and delegate. And I will use the network around me as much as I can. So I have no problems in saying to a mum, please, can you pick up my kids for me? I am not going to get there on time. I also have no issues in being late. I am late all the time. Like so fashionably late. Like my eldest daughter, she's 11 now. She hates it. She's like, Mum, why are you always late? And I'm like, because I'm busy. But and the youngest one, she's more like lazy like me, like as in, oh well, we'll get there when we get there. But like I'm never late. I'm always just on time. Like that to be late, I can't say I'm always late. I'm literally just on time as the gates are closing. I'm kind of throwing them in with their bags. But so I just yeah, I try not to get too stressed about stuff. I make lists. Lists are great. Just lists on lists. My notes in my phone, like if you looked at it, it would make no sense to anybody else but me. But I kind of have those notes and I just keep going back to them. And you know, like you just wake up in the middle of the night, like with a random, oh my God, I didn't do that. Like add it to the notes. Like I have those moments all the time. But yeah, no, I just think you just need like a support network around you. You need to delegate. You need to prioritize the most important things, but not worry about the smaller things. Like they can wait. I think that's something as well as you get older that you realize don't sweat the small stuff. You know, it's everything will work out eventually, but it's just focus on the big things. Try and get as much help as you can because like people don't like asking for help.
I was gonna say people see it as a weakness, don't they? But like really it's strength if you've got the ability to ask and use your support network. It's actually
I will always ask. Like, if I'm going somewhere, I will message someone and be like, I need a gym. Can I come to your gym? You know, and if I'm going away, like I'll always plan like I know that I'm going to have to train. So it might be like, oh, if I come, like if I go and stay with my uni friends or whatever, I'll be like, oh, okay, can one of you watch the kids at this hour and this hour so that I can go to the gym? Do you know, it's like always planning ahead because if you plan ahead, then really, hopefully you won't fail.
Yeah. And how do you your training? Like, how do you fit that in? Do you usually train at the same times in the day? Are you like an early morning?
Yeah, so no, I'm not an early morning person.
I thought maybe not, but like as I said it, I was like, I'm thinking she's gonna say no.
I hate getting up. I like a lazy morning. But like I keep going till like I don't as soon as I'm up, I'm going like all day. But yeah, I'm not one of those people that jumps out of bed and gets on the treadmill at 5 o'clock in the morning. No, I do train a lot with the kids around. So I've got a setup in my house as well, where I have like a row, a ski, a bike, weights. I've got like a sled track and a sled out the back that I bring out sporadically. They come to the gym a lot with me too. So in the whole building of the gym, in fairness, they were there in the mud, like all through Christmas, helping build that gym. So, you know, they do understand that this is my job as well. So, you know, for to Jeremy to have the elite status and for myself, that's part and parcel why the gym is what it is. So I feel like that comes with the kind of the job title is trying to kind of maintain that status in the most incredible field of athletes there is.
Yeah. Do you feel like pressure to perform?
Yeah, do you know what I hate is you're almost not allowed to have a bad day. Do you know what I mean? I used to get it in running more. Like if I turn up, people would be like, "Oh no, Sam's here," as in they would think that I was going to win it. But actually, that pressure is huge. Like because they're putting additional pressure on, which you probably don't need, because I'm already feeling the pressure on myself and from people around me to then have it. But then that pressure is good pressure because it makes you think, well, I can't not do this now.
Yeah, it's hard. It is hard though, like because like we were saying before, with all of the races, you know, the chances are of having 8 good races is like slim. Like people do have off days, you know, and like everyone is human. Things happen, like whether it's stress or illness or like a little niggle, or you just can't like,
or you run an extra lap.
yeah, like these things just sometimes it doesn't always go to plan, and you don't always get to show your full fitness on race day. So
yeah, it's definitely hard, and the courses are also different. The weather could be different. It's one of those sports that the variables are pretty high. So, but yeah, there is a lot of pressure out there, but I equally like the pressure. I think you need pressure, otherwise you probably wouldn't feel like you have to perform if you didn't have the pressure. Like, if you come home and the girls will be like, "Oh, did you win?" Like, so then I'm like,
high expectation.
could say yes, but when I came home from Cardiff and I didn't win, I just feel like I have to explain to them still that where I got third place is still an incredible achievement. But obviously they're just in their head, they're like, "Oh, did you win?" Like, and I just want to kind of let them know that it's not always about the winning. Like it is about doing something that you love, achieving goals that you set yourself, being the best version that you can be in something, and celebrating yourself and other people. It's not just about winning. It's not the reason that I do it. It wasn't the reason I did it when I first got into it. And they're both really competitive, with each other, with and themselves. So it's definitely rubbing off in that sense. But I just want to clarify to them, you won't always win at everything, but you can try. But like to go out, and I don't want them to ever think I didn't win, like it's not good enough. Like,
yeah, for sure. I mean, there's nothing like kids, is there, to like bring you back down to earth. Like,
yeah. What was it? How does it feel to be the second fastest loser?
Pretty good. That's so funny. And is it surreal, like training in your own gym? Because we just set up a gym. Still think it just feels surreal training
every day. I will never get bored of opening that door.
Yeah.
Just when you open it and you think like, I built this, like, or we built this. I shouldn't say I. But
you
yeah,
keep the guys in check.
Yeah, it's such a beautiful place, and it's in the middle of Cannock Chase. So when you pull the shutters up, it's just green, and it's just beautiful. The sun comes in, and like the community there, like I say, are just another level. Yeah, and I'm just hoping that it just goes from strength to strength, and I'd really love to have like another site, like one down south, and that's the dream, isn't it? And then one abroad, and who knows?
Yeah, somewhere hot where you can do your run training.
Yeah, it's like
Midlands doesn't quite have that tropical.
I know.
Weather.
Well, it's been pretty hot recently, hasn't it?
Oh, not today. Gross today. But no.
I was gonna ask, just for anyone listening, if you had any like running tips. Obviously you are an incredible runner and have a running background, and it's one thing that people kind of ask a lot about, is how to improve like their running. And I think it's in HYROX also becoming more known that like you can make up a lot of your time on the runs because it's a big part
Yeah,
of
look
the
at
race.
like Saskia, like
Yeah.
Millard just coming into the sport from cross country running. She's the
Insane.
most incredible runner. Holly Archer, like, Luke Greer, these
Yeah.
runners that are just popping up and just applying themselves to the sport, because it is an endurance sport. Like, at the end of the day, for the solo women, it's an hour. You're working for an hour. That's endurance. So, you know, a lot of people will come into that sport because of the base that they have spent years building. So these runners that do all these miles, the reason that they're able to just apply themselves to the sport is because they've built their aerobic base so large that once you do a bit of specific training, you become kind of an expert at that as well. Because, with that, within that split, you're probably running, yeah, for 55 to 60% of the race is running. So my running, I've never really faltered from the set standard that I have, which is you need to have a longer run. Like that's kind of going to be easy. You need to have intervals of some type in there, and then you need to have like a threshold where you're holding pace for a long period of time as well. So they're like, if someone was just going to say, I've only got time to do 3 runs, they're the ones that I would do. So you're going to have like your long, slow, easy, that zone 2 that everyone talks about is still an important zone to work in. Then you're going to have your high intensity, short intervals or long intervals. But if you're only going to do 3, one of them's got to be short, where you're kind of peaking into that VO2 max area. And then you've got to have your threshold block, where you're, and that's where I'd say kind of where the race specific stuff comes in, is going in and out of that threshold. Because that's what happens with your heart rate in the HYROX race. You don't just go up and stay there. It's a fluctuation throughout VO2 max and threshold, really. So your training should be replicating that, being able to go up to VO2 and being able to come back out of it. Because what you don't, a lot of people go in and spike and their body isn't able to come back down again, which is why people burn out in the later part of the race. But if your training simulates going in and out of threshold and VO2, and coming back down to zone 2 and going back up for those shorter ones, because when you get on the rower, your heart rate goes back down again. And what a lot of people can't do is then go back up. That's like the hard bit, is getting off that row and being able to spike again. So, and that's because your body hasn't adapted maybe through your training. So if you can train that specifically, then you'll be able to apply it to HYROX a lot more.
Yeah. And how long would you say for your long run, or like where to start and build up to?
So
like, how long's too
again,
long, and what should someone
yeah,
aim
so I'd
for?
say it's really individualized. People just starting out, a long run would probably be 5 to 10K. But, my long run probably, again, it's be different in different blocks. So like out of season, I'd have a much bigger base block where I'm focusing on heavier strength and longer, slower runs. We're coming into kind of a period where it's a lot of high intensity and the volume is a lot lower. But I'd probably have most of my athletes clients would be running like 90 minutes of a slow run. So you want it to be longer than what the race is going to last. Again, so if someone is a 1 hour 30 HYROXer, really that long run should probably, as time goes on and the progression in their training plan, could be going up to 2 hours. It needs to be longer than what the race is going to last, because you have to be comfortable being on your feet for that amount of time. The same as, and again, the same as marathon training, you know, your training, you wouldn't go into a marathon not having ran for that long. Like, so one of your runs in that needs to be the time that you're kind of expecting to near finish the marathon in, because otherwise your body really won't be able to cope with it. But again, as I said, it's individualized and it's got to be progressive. You wouldn't just, a random person, be like, go and run 90 minutes. Like,
Yeah.
so that person's going to like build up to that time. But yeah, I definitely say towards the end of kind of your base block, you should be running around about the time that you think the race is going to take you, if not a bit longer.
Yeah, fair. And what do you think to marathon training whilst doing HYROX? Do you think it's possible? There's a few people that have been trying to do it, a few people that have done
Yeah,
it.
I do.
What do you
I
think?
think if you have the time,
Okay.
or high rocks training on its own is hard, right? But like I said, that it is endurance. So marathon training could benefit high rocks because you're building a base, you're increasing your mitochondria stores, you are building strength, endurance, and high rocks itself is an endurance sport and specifically strength endurance. So as long as you're doing a couple of strength sessions a week and one high rock session, the rest of it will be applicable to the sport anyway. But
Yeah, no, it is.
do you use a lot of ergs in your training now? Do you like more than just
I do, but not so what I try and do is just for time. Like I'm not someone that could be, right, I'm going to dedicate, I'm going to go and do a 2.5 hour workout. Like I just don't have that time. So my training would be, it might be, I'd get my probably quality session done first. And that might be before I take the kids in, or it could be like immediately after I drop them off. I might just get that 1 hour in. And then I'd try and probably do two shorter sessions later in the day, like half an hour's. So one might be ergs and one might be strength. So
Okay.
like training me specifically, I try and break them down into smaller blocks. And then like my long stuff, I would do my long runs when I don't have the kids, or I sit on the bike. And I always say like that, if you've got kids, and again, I kind of try to resonate to women who lose their identity from having children, that once you become a mum, you're not just a mum, like you still have an identity for you as a person. And I feel that a lot of people feel guilty about doing something for themselves when they've got kids, and they feel that, oh, I can't do that, because the kids are there. But actually, you devote so much time to children, family, business, work, that it's important that you keep yourself at the top of that list as well. Because if you're not any good, then you're no good to anybody else around you. So they're very comfortable sitting in here watching a film, doing their homework, and I will literally sit on the bike next to them. And I always say in that kind of dead time when the kids are in from school or going to bed, there's like that period of time where all you're going to do is sit and either sit on your phone, or they're going to be out doing something. So I just try and get my training in and around when they're there, and they're used to it now. So sometimes they'll be like, oh, can we come and join in?
Yeah, I've got a specific session.
Yeah, no, it's so true though. Like, and I do think like it's quite important what you said about splitting it up as well, because some people might think like, oh, if I can't do that session, like I just won't do it. But like,
Yeah.
yeah, you kind of just said, well, you managed to squeeze in a 30 minutes here and a 30 minutes there, and like it might not be perfect, but it's like
Yeah.
getting training in and it's building, and it's like that consistency over time, so it's having the same effect. It's just maybe doesn't look the same as someone else who is managing to spend 90 minutes in the gym and put the sessions together, but it's still
Yeah.
it's still all training.
And I think you see these people that like doing 20-hour weeks or 100K a week, like, and that's fine and that might work for them, but it's not something that would work for everyone. So that's where the plan has to be individualized. And if you've got someone that's got a lot of time, you're going to spend a lot of time doing that base work, a lot of time doing that zone two. But if you're someone that's time poor, you're probably going to do shorter, more intense workouts, so you still get the adaptation, but the time dedication is a lot lower.
Yeah. And do you have any advice? Like, do you do anything specific as a female? Like, do you take any supplements? Do you do anything like specifically around your cycle, or change your training or anything
Yeah,
like
so I think with this, like working around your cycle is a nightmare. Like, and if it comes to that week where it's that week in particular coming to a race, I live in fear that I'm going to be kind of the week before coming into a race where I just feel horrendous.
Yeah.
So all I just say is at that point is just to rest more. Your body will adapt more by giving it rest and not putting it into a stress state. Hydrate, nail your nutrition. you need to eat a little bit more at certain points of the month, and yeah, just kind of work around that cycle. I think that supplement wise, magnesium is huge. Like I'm a big advocate on magnesium, and I take loads of supplements, to be honest. Like I love like that sounds really bad, mushrooms. I don't mean like mushrooms. I mean like cordyceps, reishi. I like those two. Specifically, I find that cordyceps is really good for aerobic endurance. And yeah, I'm at that period of time where I probably, a lot of people are thinking that women are perimenopausal or like that early 40s. I'm going to be 43 in July. I'm probably one of the older athletes in the sport. But equally, when you're in the elite level, I can't go on HRT without a TUE. So I have to get like a therapeutic usage form from my doctor, and then I have to submit it to HYROX if I want to go on hormone replacement therapy. So that's like, I know one of the girls that was in it before, like she wanted to go on it and wasn't allowed or something, so she had to like quit the sport. But I think they're really supportive actually now. HYROX, they're now doing like all the testing with WADA and that they're really supporting everyone in kind of whatever they need to take. But no, I don't take any female specific supplements. I just take supplements to kind of aid my performance and my health.
Awesome. Well, I feel like I could chat all day, but I will round up, as I'm sure you've got kids to pick up and things to do and places to be. So I was going to ask the last question, which is, what message or advice would you give to your younger self or the next generation of girls coming up?
So at the gym, we've just got HYROX Young Stars, and I love it. So we get so many people message every day, my kid wants to do HYROX, my kid wants to do HYROX. And I feel like it's going to be such a huge sport with the next generation kind of coming forwards. They are so health conscious, so into their training. You know, when you go to the gym and you see these young people now, like no one goes out anymore, they go to the gym, like that's what they do. Like it's like a different generation to what we were in, and I find it really admirable. I feel that, you know, if anything, I would just say to be kind is something that you can't teach. Kindness, you never know what someone's going through, where they've come from, where they're trying to get to. So I just think if you can be kind, you never give up, and just always focus on your dreams, that they're never out of reach, that you'll achieve them with with a good support network around you. So yeah, just kindness. I believe strongly in kindness and never giving up.
I love that. That's such a good message. Well, thank you so much, Sam. Where can everyone follow you, your journey, the gym, as well? Like tell us all the places to find you guys.
So my Instagram is Sam_pretty_hybrid. I think. I don't even know. That's terrible, isn't it?
Okay, we'll put it in the notes. It's fine.
And yeah, the gym is Storm_performance_center. And it is a great gym for everyone. So obviously, like I said, we've got the gym local to people, the memberships for adults, for kids. We're going to have our own competition in August, which will be a good one. So teams of 6. And we also do like online programming too. So it's not just a gym that's kind of exclusive to people that just live in the area. You know, you can access that kind of support remotely as well.
Amazing.
But yeah.
Well,
Instagram.
We'll keep an eye out for everything you're doing and the gym's getting up to. It's been awesome to follow it, and you guys opening, and huge congrats because it looks mega. Next time we're down, we'll definitely be down for a visit.
Yeah, please do.
And huge good luck for World Champs as well.
2 weeks.
I know, not long to go now.
Oh God, yeah. See you in Stockholm.
Yeah, we'll see you there.
Thank you. Can't wait.